Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and Mom's on the show today, Ingrid.
Hi.
And we are cooking up something really kind of special today. A cool recipe. Now someone named a burger after me. So it's called the Kimberly Turner, and it's actually a bison burger. It's made with ground bison. It's got little quail eggs in the middle. It's a really fancy burger. Bacon and...
What an honor.
And a chipotle aioli sauce. Yeah, very much an honor. I'm very flattered. Thank you very much. This is care of techdads.com. Shout out Tech Dads. You guys rock, man.
Yes, they do.
And this burger is going to be amazing. I can't wait to try myself. The Kimberly Turner. Myself burger. So this is the Kimberly Turner bison burger. And we've got some gorgeous bison. This is 1.5 pounds of ground, lean, grass-fed bison from Lakeland Meats. You can check them out online at lakelandmeats.com. They're in St. Catharines, Ontario. And we got the quail eggs there too. Cute little quail eggs. They're so beautiful. Make sure you check out our review on both of these things, okay? So let me show you how to get started. We're going to start off with this aioli sauce. And it's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to zip everything up. It's made with chipotle.
I like aioli, actually.
I do too.
It's going to be good.
It is going to be good. So let me show you how to get started. First things first. Now you can use a food processor, but I'm actually going to do things by hand today because that's just how I do things. I have 4 cloves of garlic from my garden, and I'm just going to pop those little ends off. But if you want to use a food processor, awesome. Go ahead and do that. I have to say, the knife sharpener we just got is extremely amazing. This is the sharpest this knife has ever been.
We don't need to use the honing stone.
This is true. This is very true. I can't wait to use it on all the knives. That's crazy. That being said, I'm going to use 4 cloves of garlic and 1 teaspoon of chipotle peppers that are in adobe sauce. And I've actually opened up a jar before, and you don't always use the whole jar. Right. This is really spicy, and you just use bits of it. So this was in the freezer, and I'm just taking out a teaspoon of this to add to my garlic. So I'm going to finely chop this and mince this all together, kind of like so it's all crushed together. I don't want to have huge chunks. I want to have lots of flavor. So I'm going to crush my garlic first.
That sauce there, that smells good.
It sure does. That is such a lovely sauce, the adobe sauce. It's got all kinds of spices, garlic and things like that in there. All right, so I'm going to finely mince this up, and I'm going to do this together so that, you know, the garlic can kind of meld with the chipotle. Yeah? I'm doing this first so that the sauce for my burger can actually sit and hang out for a while, and all the ingredients can, you know, get happy. Everything else is going to kind of happen quickly, especially if you're doing steak fries on the side. So you want to make sure that you have a nice assembly line going. This is something that can just sit. You don't have to be doing in the middle of babysitting everything else.
The longer it sits in the sauce, the better.
That's exactly right. So finely minced. I'm going to take a couple minutes and make sure that this is done really, really well, because I don't want big chunks of garlic.
Yeah.
Okay, I have like a small, medium-sized mixing bowl, and this is kind of like a paste now all together, the garlic and the chipotle all mixed together. So that goes into my bowl with 1/8 teaspoon of salt. To this, I'm going to add 2 egg yolks. Make sure you have nice, fresh eggs and just the yolks. So separate the whites from the yolks, and it goes.
That makes your sauce nice and rich.
That's right.
Even when you're baking, if you just use the egg yolks, you get a much richer result.
Yes, absolutely.
With cookies or cakes.
And it's a good emulsifier. This is what's going to keep our sauce together and keep it from separating.
Yeah, just for your information, it's a good idea if you want something really rich.
I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I guess use whatever variety you prefer. And that goes. So I'm going to just mix this together briefly with a nice whisk. Get everything combined. It already looks awesome. Smells amazing.
It sure does.
And I'm going to add olive oil. That's what it calls for. I have 3/4 cup of olive oil. I'm going to add half of it first, very slowly, half of it, while whisking the entire time. Okay, so slowly add it. You want to make sure that the aioli doesn't break. You don't want to add too much at one time. You want to make sure that it really combines well. I'm sure you could use other oil as well, but olive oil is the choice today. Oh, this is going to be a gorgeous sauce on this burger. Look at that. It's that olive oil. You can smell it. It smells so good too. It's getting thicker and thicker as you add more oil.
Yeah.
And we're gonna add a half of a teaspoon of water, okay? You're gonna see that it gets thicker and thicker as you add more oil. I'm going to add a half of a teaspoon of water. That's gonna thin it out some and make it a little creamier. I know it sounds crazy, right? But it does. And then continue to whisk in the rest of your oil. If you see that your aioli is a little bit too thick, add a little bit more water. If you see that it's a little bit too thin after adding your oil, add another egg yolk or part of an egg yolk. This makes a generous helping. So we can use this on other things too.
Good for dumping fries.
We're gonna make steak fries tonight, some gorgeous baked smoked paprika steak fries. It's gonna be awesome. Going alongside our burger. And voila, there's your aioli, and this looks perfect. Perfectly thick. Go on and taste that, Mom.
Oh, wow. That's so good. Oh. That is delicious. You're gonna want to put that on everything.
So, let's do a quick taste. Oh,
Isn't that amazing?
and the flavor keeps opening up on you. At first, it's a little oily. Then you get a little bit of that garlic, and then at the end you get kind of that spice.
Creamy, and the creaminess is all there.
Yep, and you know what? I wasn't sure how spicy it would be for you with the chipotle,
No,
but it's not that
not
spicy at all. And I love how it gives the little red flecks.
Me too. It's real pretty.
There's my aioli. It looks awesome.
I'm impressed. That's a really lovely sauce. I would even like this on my pasta, Kim.
Oh, that would be perfect on pasta, Mom.
Oh,
So I'm just going to transfer it so you can get a nice look at it. It's a gorgeous color. It's a beautiful consistency. It's nice and thick.
look at that.
And it's full of crazy flavor.
Yeah, it's an amazing flavor.
Now, if you're not a crazy garlic lover, just use a little less garlic.
Yeah.
Customize whatever you want. There's no law that says you have to follow it to the T,
Even
right?
using that much garlic, it really isn't overpowering.
It's not, and that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
4 whole cloves went in there.
right.
And garlic is good for you, so go ahead and eat it.
I think it's
like cookie
wonderful.
batter.
It's so darn good. And it's so pretty. Look at that. Smells wonderful too.
It's super creamy. So there you go. It's gorgeous. It hasn't split. It all stayed together because we whisked the oil in slowly, okay? Make sure you do that slowly and combine it all before adding more. This is a fantastic aioli. I hope that you try this recipe.
Beautiful.
And that's going to go on the Kimberly Turner Bison burger. So is that the Kimberly Turner aioli?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, on top of the burger today, we are putting some gorgeous cherrywood smoked bacon. Love cherrywood smoked bacon. If you can't find cherrywood smoked bacon, you can use applewood smoked bacon, or you can use hickory smoked bacon, or any bacon you like for that matter. Okay? It's just nice to have it nice and smoky. The cherry adds just a nice little flavor.
Yeah.
So what I have done is I'm preheating my oven to 400 degrees. I already have some steak fries in the oven as a side dish for our gorgeous burger tonight. But this is preheating 400 degrees, and this is going to take roughly 15 to 20 minutes. So if you wanted to pan fry your bacon, you can do that. If you wanted to microwave your bacon, you could do that. You can put it on a griddle. I don't care how you cook it. Just get some bacon cooked up for this burger. Okay? Into the oven it goes, 400. I'm going to check it in about 7 or 8 minutes just to make sure that all is well. All right? Well, I just checked our bacon. We're halfway through it at 8 minutes, and it's sizzling up beautifully. It's exactly what we want. If you have, you could do up to a whole pack of bacon on a baking sheet, and that's kind of a really good advantage of broiling bacon.
Yeah, if you couldn't, like, if you had a lot of people for a brunch or breakfast. Yeah.
It's hard to fit bacon in a frying pan because it's round, and bacon is not round. Just saying. Anyway, get yourself a plate ready to drain your bacon because you don't want greasy bacon all over your burger or whatever you're using it for. So just prepare that with some dry, clean paper towels. We'll see you in about 8 minutes. Well, we're going to form some patties with our bison. We're going to form 3 patties. They're going to be ½ pound each. the Kimberly Turner is a very substantial burger.
Very large burger.
That's right. I'm going to crack up some pepper, actually freshly grind it, and just add some pepper and salt. Very simple seasoning.
I think they used a whole bison with these burgers.
I know, right?
This is nice served when you're extra hungry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a lot of woman to handle.
Yeah, a lot of woman.
I'm a whole lot of woman
Take a big burger.
to express me. All right, a little bit of pepper. I would even say go ahead and add a little bit of cayenne if you like things a little bit spicy. But don't forget, we made that chipotle aioli sauce, and that's spicy.
It has some spice in it. And the thing is, the flavor of that aioli is so good, you just don't want to disturb it.
You just want to eat it by the spoonful.
You don't want to change it with anything else.
I have to admit, we have been sneaking this aioli the entire time we've been waiting. Mom and I have eaten like a quarter of it already.
We've been looking for any veggies we can find to dunk in.
We're just grabbing veggies out of the fridge, and it's so ridiculously
Really
good.
delicious.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just mix that through and make sure that the spices are evenly distributed, okay? If you're really feeling yourself and you want to add egg to this, you can, but it's really unnecessary. Bison is a nice rich meat already, okay? I know this is lean, but it's still rich and it stays nice and moist.
And not only that, but yeah, it does have a little bit of fat in there to keep the flavors really good.
It does.
Yeah.
Don't overmix. You don't want like overmixed meat. You don't need to. You just want to keep it, just combine it.
Right.
Don't go further. So separate your amount into roughly three balls. And we're going to create burgers out of this. Big half pounders.
Wow.
That's what's up.
That's a burger, all right.
Forget a quarter pounder. Forget it. So patty it up. And I'm just going to kind of slap them here on my counter. Mom's looking for a slightly smaller burger.
Oh, and the buns are really big too.
They are big. And we're using a nice sesame seed hamburger buns today. So that's what we're using.
Fresh ones.
All right, so go ahead and press them down, press them out. You want them to be nice and evenly pressed, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so you have the same thickness from the middle out.
That's right. Now this is a restaurant size burger.
Yes.
Enormous burger. My dad would have been so proud. He ordered a burger everywhere he went. Fancy restaurant, he wanted their burger. Or veal parmesan.
Yeah. But he ordered more often than not. He
A
would
burger.
order a burger of some kind.
Yep.
And didn't matter if it was a really high upscale restaurant or not. He'd look through the menu until he found something that was a burger.
That's right. And they usually made really great burgers.
Yes.
Super good burgers.
Yeah,
so
really
if you've never ordered a burger from a fancy restaurant, go ahead and try it. You'll be like, wow, that is a serious burger.
That's a burger.
That's right. So go ahead and grab yourself a small cookie cutter, a round one, or a small jar, or even a shot glass. And we're going to cut a hole into the center of our burger. So basically what you're getting is a meat donut. Okay? So pull that meat out. Now, you might find that someone may not like the quail eggs. Okay? Or they might be weirded out by it. And that's okay. Don't stress them. Just go ahead and leave the burger without a hole in the center. The hole in the center is where your quail eggs are going to cook. And we're going to add 3 of them to each of the burgers. And it's going to be so exciting.
And look at these adorable little eggs.
So excited. They're so cute. They range in color from the light cream all the way to a dark chocolatey brown, almost black color. They are adorable. And what you're going to do is try and make sure you don't break those yolks. So strengthen them up a little bit, like Mom's been doing for me. Just make sure that it's a nice little even hole. And you've got little burger donuts. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm preheating my frying pan on a medium high heat right now with a little bit of olive oil. If you want to use a griddle, that's a good place to start too. It's nice and flat and easy to manage everything, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Preheat this. Now, bison cooks a lot quicker than beef. Well, I mean, not a lot, but quite a bit. So bear that in mind. A burger without the hole in the center will take longer as well than the burgers without the hole in the center, because that's what you're usually waiting for, is the center to finish.
Absolutely.
So if you're not cutting holes out of some of the burgers, go ahead and add that to the frying pan first. These, I would suspect, are going to take maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes.
So be prepared with your quail eggs already cracked into a bowl, 3 at a time, so that you can just pour them in. You don't want to break the yolks. This is the key. So into the frying pan, as soon as it's nice and hot, you want to make sure that that oil is dancing, because you want to get a nice brown sear. It's going to be gorgeous. Can't wait. So I'm just preheating now. So just as suspected, the bacon is perfectly crispy and done.
And
Okay?
does it ever smell heavenly?
That's right. So we're going to transfer it out of here onto the plate with the paper towels on. All right, so transfer that from the cookie sheet and let it drain to just get that any excess bacon fat. Don't get rid of this bacon fat. Use it. Pour it into a nice little container. You can refrigerate it and use it for eggs or for baking or anything like that. Yeah. Delicious stuff going on here. Don't waste that. This is perfectly crisp.
Oh,
look at how crisp that is.
Beautiful.
And I would try some, except we're using it on our burgers tonight.
Yes.
So here's a little tiny crunch. Ooh. Mmm.
Oh, what a flavor.
Perfectly crispy. Mmm.
So good. This is going to be the best burger ever.
Absolutely.
That bacon is so good, Kim.
It sure is. So set this aside. Keep it nice and warm. Our burgers will be ready momentarily. And we'll put that on top of the cheese. Get your cheddar cheese out. Burgers are going in the pan. Everything's nice and preheated and gorgeous. You want to hear a sizzle when they go in. So Mom's going to do a little bit of delicate work for us. She's going to break 3 quail eggs into each of my cups or small bowls, whatever you have. This way you can make sure there's no shells in it, first of all. Secondly, you can make sure that you're not breaking the yolks, and it's easy to just kind of pour all 3 of them in the burger at one time instead of trying to do it separately, and then things are overcooked and stuff like that. You want to make sure everything's even. So Mom's being very careful not to break the yolk, because in a quail egg, the yolk is larger in a ratio compared to chicken eggs. So you got to be very careful. Mom's being very careful. I have 3 large sesame seed hamburger buns. We're going to heat those up in a frying pan and kind of toast them with a little bit of butter. So I'm preheating that frying pan. My bison is nearly done. My steak fries are nearly done. Don't forget, we already have our aioli sauce done. Now I've got some cheddar cheese. You can use cheddar or whatever kind of cheese is your favorite, fancy. I have a marble cheddar here today, so it's a little bit of the white and a little bit of the yellow. And 2 slices are going on each burger. So I'm getting that prepared. Get any other condiments that you want prepared. Ketchup, mustard, lettuce, tomato if you want to, okay? I'm going to ever so carefully flip my bison. You don't want to break your bison donuts. The eggs are a light shade of blue, like almost a robin's egg blue on the inside if you've never seen a quail egg. So there's the outside speckled and cream and brown, and the inside is blue.
Now the shells are quite fragile, but the membrane is very strong, so you pretty well have to use your fingernail to pierce the membrane to get the eggs out, the egg out.
Without breaking everything.
Yeah.
So there's my eggs here. You can't really see, but they're in there, ready to go. And now I can just pour them in the center of my burger as soon as it's cooked. So you want to make sure that the burger's cooked through, because the quail eggs won't take very long.
No.
So you need it nice and browned and seared and cooked all the way through the center. Okay, the buns need to be toasted, so we have the frying pan ready. I have some butter in here, and Mom is going to man this. I just want them a little bit golden brown, both sides. Okay, our burgers, it's time for the eggs. They're nice and browned. You want to make sure that the ones without the hole are firm in the center, and they should have gone in first. But my ones with the holes, they're browned and beautiful. So in goes my quail eggs, and I'm going to ever so carefully just pour this into the center. The eggs fit perfectly, 3 little quail eggs into the center with the hole. So I'm turning it down to a little bit lower temperature so that those eggs have a chance to cook. It's going to happen relatively quickly. And then I'm going to ever so carefully flip them over to finish cooking the other side where the eggs are. Now, if some of the egg comes out through the bottom, It's no big deal. It's all going on your burger. It's all good. Okay, our buns are ready. They're nice and browned up. It's exactly what we want. And we're gonna smear this gorgeous aioli on the tops, okay? So I'm gonna give a nice generous helping of this aioli because boy, is it good. So smear that all on there and let it kind of melt and heat up too, okay? Now, Mom and me, I already know, we're probably not either one of us are gonna put ketchup and mustard on. So this is gonna be our main condiment and we're really gonna do that up. So these guys are gonna sit for a second with the aioli. I guess we'll leave the aioli here in case we want more. So the buns are ready, the bacon's ready, the cheese is ready. The burgers are nearly ready and our steak fries are coming out of the oven as we speak. If you want to help your quail eggs cook from the top too, put a nice lid on your pan and that'll help it. Now we're at the point where it's kind of setting up and I'm ever so carefully going to flip it over to finish cooking those eggs and we're done. That is literally only going to take a couple seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and add my cheese. 2 slices per burger. And that's gonna just kind of melt in there. Give it another minute or so. Well, our cheese has melted beautifully.
Oh, look at that.
These guys are encased in cheese. Looky there, amazing. So I'm gonna serve these guys up. You ready, Mom?
Yes, ma'am.
You ready for a Kimberly Turner?
I am.
I don't know if you can handle another one of me.
Boy, boy. Dad always said he wished that we would have had twins.
Oh boy.
Another one like you.
He must have really loved me.
He did.
All right, so onto my bun goes Mom's burger with the quill. We're gonna top that off with 2 pieces of bacon. What could be better than bacon on your burger? I'm gonna break them in half for you so they're all evenly dispersed. And there's your aioli sauce on the top bun.
Look at that. Just look. Wow. That is so beautiful.
I'm gonna serve mine up. Ooh, look at all that melty cheese. That's what you want. Well, this is an amazing burger. I'm honored and flattered in the whole 9 yards. Bacon on my burger. Not only did I get a burger named after me, but this burger looks deluxe, I have to say.
Beautiful. Wow.
Let's get some steak fries.
Oh, yes.
Now this aioli that we made is beautiful dipping your steak fries into. I'm just saying.
Look at this.
And voila. If you wanted, you can add any condiment you want on the top. So look at this. I'm going to show you up close.
So beautiful.
So look at this burger. It is glorious. Look at this aioli on here. You've got the burger with the quail eggs inside. I'm going to cut it in half so that you can see inside of it too. The bacon on the top. I mean, what could you add to this burger that could be even more decadent? I have no idea. Delicious. I can't wait to try this. It's a big burger to deal with, yeah?
It is. It's huge.
And that way we can see the quail eggs inside.
Oh, yes.
Look at how beautiful this burger is inside. I'm sorry, Mom, I'm going to pick your burger up and show it. Look at this. The egg you can see in the center. The aioli is dripping over the top as well as the cheese. My nice toasted bun and that bison. Oh, wow.
And the bacon.
The bacon, yeah. Boy. That cherrywood bacon.
Yes. Oh, so lovely.
Cheers, Mom.
Yes. Cheers, pal.
A triumph, I'm sure.
Yes.
All right, Tech Dads, the moment of truth. I'm not talking for a second because I'm still experiencing the flavor. It's still kicking in. Everything is combining. Delicious. The first thing I tasted was the delicious bison. First of all, meaty, juicy, tender, delicious, rich bison. Then I tasted the egg, which was really exciting. Then you get that garlicky, creamy aioli going on and the cheese. And at the end, you get hit with that bacon and your toasted bun. And boy, that's a good burger. They're not lying.
This is fantastic. You know what? You're going to start buying bison every time you want to have a really good burger.
That's ridiculous.
Cheese all stretchy and
it's like breakfast with a burger. the bacon and the egg and the cheese, the toasty bread, and the bison is so good.
It's like breakfast in bed.
Yeah, right in the middle of your bread. Breakfast and bread.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
Mmm. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
That is so good. A little aioli, my dear.
Mmm. Mm-hmm. The cheese mixing with everything. What a great combination. I'm so proud to call this my burger.
This is a lovely burger. Wow.
You're gonna love the Kimberly Turner, I'm telling you.
You'll never forget it. I'll tell you that. The eggs are very mild. Really, really mild.
This is superb. I don't know how you can improve on this. This may very well be the best burger I've ever had.
I think so too.
Unreal. And usually when I add, when I do my hamburger, my beef burgers, I add a little bit of butter just to give it a little bit more richness. And this, I didn't even need to.
So moist. I don't think I've ever had a burger this good. Really. We're in trouble. We're in trouble now. We're going to compare every burger we make to this.
And that aioli, chipotle aioli, is killer. And the bacon, and the. I couldn't improve this burger one bit. There's a lot of little steps, but it's worth every step, every single step, and every single ingredient. The cherrywood bacon is belligerent on it. Apple would be great. The hickory would be great too. I don't think you could go wrong with some nice crispy bacon. So crisp it up nicely. Again, I like to broil mine. Okay. The cheese is great. You could use an extra strong cheddar, which is what I really like. But today I thought we'd do the mixture, just because we were using the quail eggs and.
Also, I wouldn't want anything to fight with the flavor of that Bison. Man, that's so good.
And you know what? The donuts, despite the fact of looking like they were really fragile, putting them in, they held together beautifully. The beef, it really congeals nicely, but it doesn't go dry. Well, it didn't go dry in my pan. Okay? We did take care of it though. That's a great burger. And you can tell that it's nice and seared on the outside. Golly. And the treat, I love anything with a treat in the middle.
Little surprise.
I have to put treats in my cocktails and things like that. So a treat in the middle. And you know what? I'm well known for stuffing my burger. I'm gonna be like, what's that? You put something in it? I'll put cheese in it, or I've done pate, or I've even done tapenades, and I put it inside my burgers. So this, you know, this describes me pretty well. I gotta say, I don't know what else I would do different. That's good, Mom.
It sure is. Well, Kim, that group at techdads.com really did you justice.
Thanks, Mom.
That
it's
is
a delicious
an amazing burger. Just jam-packed full of flavor.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
and I wouldn't even add lettuce or tomato.
Good. Oh, I wouldn't either.
It would take away from it.
Much as I like all that, I just want to taste that. Bison. It's so good.
It's delicious. You're going to love it. So if you've never used bison or buffalo or even beefalo, you can get a mixture of beef and buffalo as well sometimes, depending on your butcher, right? Really great. And it's lean. You can just tell it's extra lean. But we did add some extra special things like cheese and all kinds of aioli.
But the meat itself is so moist and so delicious. I mean, it's just, that's the best burger.
It's so good. And you know what? The key is also toasting those buns. It gives such a nice texture. Fluffy, crunchy texture on top of it all.
Flavor on top of it.
So beautiful. Thanks for helping me, Mom.
Oh, no problem.
Well,
wow, it was worth the effort.
It sure was. I want to give a special thanks. Thank you guys, the team at techdads.com, for developing this recipe and naming it after me. I mean,
that was very
it's very sweet, and I really appreciate it. It's a beautiful burger, and I will hold on to it forever.
Yes.
It will always be my burger. Me and my burger.
Right.
Anyhow, make sure you get to their website. They've got a lot of really cool recipes and lots of cool posts in general, not just recipes, but all kinds of interesting things to talk about. You're going to love it over there, techdads.com, all right? Shout out to them. It'll be at the bottom of the screen. Check out Mom's website at ingridturnertoday.com. Follow me on Twitter at cookingwithkime with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find my channel on Roku. It's Cooking with Kimberly. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe. Interact with us and let us know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh boy. We'll be making those again.
God, that's so good.